Grand Harbor. Refill and transfer prescriptions online. Call 947-8900 or visit healthcarepharmacy.ky.
And UHealth, International University of Miami.
World-class healthcare in the heart of Miami.
The Light Room, your holistic sanctuary for physical and mental restoration, repair, and rejuvenation. The power that made the body heals the body. 38 Pasadena Place, Georgetown. Find us online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Attention HR managers and business leaders. Want to boost productivity, reduce absenteeism, and show your team that their well-being matters? The Lightroom now offers custom corporate memberships designed to enhance energy and mental clarity, reduce stress, and improve overall health, creating a healthier, more focused workforce. Invest in your team's well-being because a thriving team leads to a thriving business. Visit thelightroom.ky to learn more. It's a new era in wellness.
There's nothing more important than your health, and seeking expert healthcare with physicians you can trust is what you deserve. UHealth, the University of Miami Health System, offers peace of mind to you and your family with a first-class experience. Our patient coordinators assist with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. As South Florida's only academic-based health system, UHealth offers cutting-edge treatment, compassionate care, and life-changing results just a flight away. Learn more at umiamihealth.org/international.
When I first started going to Healthcare Pharmacy, it was because it was convenient. But over the years, I continued to shop there because I trusted them. One day I was picking up my prescription, and the pharmacist noticed an over-the-counter medication in my basket. She said, "I hope that's not yours. It will interact with your prescription." And I thought, wow, thank you. Trust is so important when it comes to your health. Healthcare Pharmacy with 2 locations, Grand Harbor and Governor Square, where they care about my health.
Hello and welcome to For the Health of It. This is part 2 with Dr. Rebecca D. Miguel on skin care, and we will be talking about skin care this time. Hello and welcome to For the Health of It, Dr. D. Miguel.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And she's from Dharma, one of our dermatologists on the island. So when people start thinking about skin care, is there such a thing of too early or too late?
I think the collagen production is reducing in the 25-30s. So from there, we should start paying attention. And it's so important to address the care of the skin early because it's much easier to prevent rather than to treat. Because when you are already in the 40s, 50s, with the low estrogens, when there is having the perimenopause, menopause, also it affects the skin a lot, and the collagen production could reduce even 30-35%.
Wow.
So it's important to start doing something before that happens, no? Mm-hmm. And regarding which age, definitely not teenagers.
Okay.
Because I remember it was a couple of years ago that they started with Sephora. They were targeting 10, 12 years old. I remember my daughter telling me, "This is recommended by a dermatologist." I was like, "Hello, I'm a dermatologist. I'm not recommending you to have vitamin C. You have enough collagen."
Okay.
So it's quite scary how social media are imposing this kind of you have to use this, you have to use that in a very early stages. I think in teenagers they just have to have a soap, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. And when they are starting, people in the 20, 25, yes, we have to start using, for instance, vitamin C in the morning, and perhaps, and of course, sunscreen, and perhaps a retinate in the afternoon. No, those are the 3 things that there is a basic that you should use in order to avoid to lose much collagen.
Okay, and forgive my ignorance, Dr. D. Miguel. Is this like people, Caribbean people with colored skin as well? Is this for everyone?
Yeah, for everybody.
Caucasians?
Yes. Usually a darker color usually aids much better. But
yes,
still,
they do. Yes, they do.
The skin is much nicer, but still, it keeps aging, and you can see pigmentation and pores and other signs, no, that the collagen is losing. All of that obviously is more accentuated in patients that they are very fair skin. Age is worse, so you have to make an effort. You have very fair skin to use the sunscreen every day and to use the proper products to maintain the moisturized skin, a vitamin C, a retinate, as I was saying. But everybody, all color of skin.
Okay. And collagen depletion, you said, starts in the 20s?
Start early, obviously not a lot, but it starts in the 25, I would say.
Right.
It starts a little bit. And it's like making like a big drop in the perimenopause. That's why also, apart from having, we were talking before that apart from having like a good bones and muscles, to do weights twice a week is very, very important in that age, because it's going to help you also in the collagen production. So your skin is going to be healthier if you go to the gym to do weights.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? How do you know your collagen is been depleted or depleting? What does that skin look like?
Well, there are different signs, indirect signs, and others that we can measure with the ultrasounds or different tools that we have at the clinic. But it's starting to be a little bit saggy, no? You see the patient lose a little bit. It looks more like a dull skin, like a sagging skin. You start seeing the skin. The skin has also a term that is called dermatoporosis. It's like the bones, they have the osteoporosis.
Yeah.
The skin gets thinner.
So
with the time also, no? So at the end, it's like that you do like that and you have a bruise because you don't have like enough thickness in the skin. So there are things that sometimes with creams, and it's difficult to stimulate enough when you are losing that, but we have different lasers or procedures or things that we can address when the patient needs it.
Yeah, there's you have a bunch of little needles?
Microneedling.
Yeah.
Microneedling is an excellent tool to do like a more prevention when you are starting to have like a beard pores, like a little bit of dull skin. I love that treatment. It's fantastic. And it has no downtime. We do that all the time.
Okay. So do you suggest people take an over-the-counter collagen product?
There is a lot of controversy with that. There is no proper studies. Which one? How many milligrams? Maritime or not? So it's difficult, and there is like a lot of marketing, certain brands, etc. So it's like
a lot of influence.
Yeah. So it's I'm not taking it myself, but I don't think if you are taking it, if it's helping you, you feel it's getting better the skin, go ahead. It's not going to cause any harm. I don't know how much good it's going to cause either, but because, as I said, there is no proper studies yet, but it's a lot of social thing.
I used to take it. I just think it's expensive. It does very little for me anyway. Is there a simple, effective daily skincare routine, and maybe you could map it out for 20-year-old, 30-year-olds, etc.?
I think it's important not to get kind of crazy, no? Because sometimes when I ask the patients, what are you using? And they tell me, first a toner, then whatever, then a serum, then another serum. I was like, wow, they have a lot of time. Because I have 2 children. I don't know how you do that. So I think simple things work. I think in the morning I would use a vitamin C. So you could have a serum or a fluid, because that's the key thing. Depending on the type type of skin you have, depending on the age, you are going to have like a heavier or lighter. So that's more important, not just the ingredient, but also the vehicle. So it absorbs properly, doesn't clog the pores, it's like giving you enough moisturizer. So just a vitamin C in the morning and a sunscreen in the morning, that's it. And at nighttime, you can use a moisturizer, and then you can use a retin-A. That is usually prescription.
So the retin-Aids are the ones that you get from, is it Revlon or?
No, those are retinol. Retin-A is prescription, is tretinoin. No, they are doing quite good retinols that they are saying that they could be the same effect as the retin-A, that is the medication. But still, we recommend to use like a moisturizer with glycolic acid or azelaic acid if you have rosacea, or if you have pigmentation with tranexamic acid. So at nighttime is when I like to address the concern you have, if you have melasma, acne, etc. And then after the moisturizer with those ingredients is when I recommend to use like a tretinoin, that is the retin-A. The problem is that people ask me, but here in Cayman, how come you use the retin-A? Because it irritates the skin, we have the sun. But if you use it like every other day or lower dose at the beginning until you use to it, and then you use the sunscreen in the morning, I have no problem with the patients. So it's a question of the percentage and to use it less often, and people tolerate it perfectly. And that helps in the wrinkles, in the pores, in the scars. So it's a fantastic... It's a must.
Okay. And is it a cream or a pill?
A cream.
Okay. You can tell that I it is what it is almost with me. There are so many products on the market. How can you tell people what actually works and what is just marketing?
It's social media are dictating what is now what people are using. No, and now it's a very fancy, a very trendy Korean products with the 10-layer that you see the crystal clear skins in the internet. I don't think they are better than others. I think we have good brands nowadays that you don't need to spend a fortune. I think that the Korean products, for instance, they are well in moisturizer. They have nice products, but they lack a little bit of the amount of active ingredients. If you want to address something in particular, like acne or whatever, is not that good. So it's not that they are bad. Don't misunderstand me. They have good products too, but they are not the products. You know, it's like there are nowadays so many nice products that the social media is focusing so much in Korean products now that it looks like it's the only thing you can wear. No,
I see.
But they are having good things like a moisturizer, hydrating. They are okay. But there are other that they are much better. So it depends on what you need. That's why sometimes it's important to be diagnosed by a dermatologist, because sometimes people are not using the proper product. You know, there are nice brands, but perhaps it's not suitable for you.
Right.
So you need to be told, okay, you have melasma, you have rosacea, you have sensitive skin with whatever. So you need these active ingredients. That's what is proper for you.
Right.
So, not whatever.
Right. So, let's go the Korean skincare. This is actually a brand?
It's a type of from Korea. Now all the creams that they are having from Korea, South Korea, is like now very trendy. As a couple of years ago, it was everything from Sephora, and all the girls were Sephora. Yeah. Now it's Korean brands.
Okay.
And as I said, it's good. You don't need to have like 10 steps like it appears sometimes in Instagram that I say, oh my gosh, but. They're having good products. Perhaps what I say is they have like active ingredients. The percentage is not, sometimes you don't really know how much they are having, and it's like a lighter, so they don't address properly certain things. So it's good like a moisturizer, but if you need for rosacea or for melasma, perhaps I would use something different.
Bringing up melasma, what is melasma?
Well, I'm sure that you have seen many times people that they have like a discoloration in their face.
Yeah, I have it, I guess. I was just age spots.
Well, the age spot is more like a solar lentigos because of the sun. This is also hormonal related because most of the time it appears, it could happen in men, but 90% of the cases is in women, and it's related more to the hormones. They say that sometimes when people have birth control is when it started, although I have patients that they don't have birth control and they have it too. And also when people have the menopause, I have some patients that they improve their melasma. So it's quite interesting that how the hormones are making an impact. So I cannot cure you with the melasma. I can treat the melasma. I can improve it. I can make it almost faded. But usually if the sun goes there, it appears again.
I see.
So that's the trouble we have. And there are many, and it's a problem because when people go to the social media and they see the amount of procedures that they offer and there is available in the market, that is kind of overwhelming, no? The laser, IPL, the whatever, there are so many lasers and devices that they are claiming that they are the best for this and for that. You need a diagnosis properly before doing any of those, because perhaps it's not suitable for you. A patient, for instance, with melasma cannot have an IPL. IPL is intense pulse light. It looks like a laser. It's for the pigmentation, for the solar spots, for the sun damage, but not for melasma, because the melasma is going to get worse if you do that. So first you need to be told. Usually dermatologists will say, you have this, you cannot do that. So that's why it's so important to have a plan and to have some knowledge about your skin first, of what you can do and you cannot do. And there are many, many devices nowadays that they are good. The problem is which one is suitable for you and which combination is suitable for you.
Yeah, in my 40s, I got some laser work done, and I'm still wearing the scar from it. And I think it was because I didn't go through a dermatologist first. I went to a technician or a clinic, and so I get what you're saying. Now I got what you're saying. We talked about retinol. Do you think we need to explain what it does for the skin and how is it right for everyone?
Well, some people that they have sensitive skin cannot tolerate it. I have to say that it irritates the skin. What it does is to renew in the skin. It's stimulating collagen production. It helps in the pores, making the pores smaller. It helps a little bit in the wrinkles. It's like a renewing a little bit the skin. And I have sometimes patients that they have a lot of wrinkles and like a lot of scars from acne, etc. That I give that orally. That is called isotretinoin. That is the treatment is called isotretinoin Accutane. People know it like Accutane. Okay. That is the treatment for acne. Right. But the same ingredient, we use it like a low doses for anti-aging.
Okay. How should skin care change as women move into their 40s, 50s?
As we were saying before, when you are in the 40s, 50s, and the perimenopause, menopause starts, the estrogens reduces, no? And that it makes a huge impact on the collagen production. That's why the hormone replacement helps a lot also on the skin.
Okay. People talk about glass pumped skin.
Yeah, that's the Korean ones.
So that's another Korean...
That's the advertising for the Korean brands, the glass skin and so on.
All right, so that's a treatment?
Well, it's just a type of they do like they have, I think, I don't know if they are still doing it, the 10 layers, different ingredients, and then you have a beautiful glass skin style, and it's as I was saying, they have nice products. The Korean products, they have nice brands. As French brands are fantastic too.
Right.
So, it's you just have to choose a good product. Well, you cannot pretend to have an amazing skin if you're having acne or rosacea or pigmentation with just one product of the Korean brand. You have to address the problem, otherwise it's not going to improve.
Right. And speaking of products, are there skincare products that may cause cancer?
No, there were a lot of controversy about in particular sunscreen, about the also ingredients that they are not good for your skin. Some people are very focused on having more vegan. Or I think nowadays, in particular, sunscreen that come from Europe are, from my point of view, are fantastic because they have more advanced ingredients. The FDA didn't approve many of the ingredients for the sunscreens in the States. That's why they are a little bit behind in that sense. But sometimes if the sunscreens could cause contact dermatitis, is kind of an allergy or irritation on the skin, is not because of the ingredients of the sunscreen itself, but the perfumes, the other fragrances and so on that they could have it. And what is very, very important here, and I would like to say, is please don't leave the sunscreen under the sun because get spoiled. Some people take it in the boat, leave it on there, and that they use it like 1 week later with all the heat, all the sun. That sunscreen is going to make you a reaction on the skin. I always tell the patients, put your sunscreen in the fridge with the beers.
Do people with darker skin tones or skin of color need to approach skincare differently?
Well, I think that sometimes it's difficult for certain sunscreens because it leaves this kind of whitish color on the skin. So I found that it's more difficult to find the proper sunscreen for certain type of darker colors. So you have a very oily skin and you have darker color, otherwise it could look like a shiny or whitish or leave like a residues. So it's important not to just look for the sunscreen, but the vehicle. If it's a fluid, if it's a water gel, so what kind of texture it has, no? It's just not the sunscreen itself. So you have to have some advice depending on the color skin, but oily or dry. Color skin, but with the wrinkles or with the scars. So you have to see not just the color of the skin, but the type of skin, and then you can recommend somebody the proper product, no? And it's difficult also when people ask you for a sunscreen with color, if you have darker skin, because it's very, very difficult to find the proper brand. But there are now brands that they are having more spectrum in the colors for all type of colors. I think now it's easier, but I think people have been struggling to find the proper one in that sense.
You said that, oily skin, is there a product that people with oily skin should avoid?
Well,
an ingredient, I should say.
More than an ingredient is the vehicle again, no? That you have to say always oil-free, non-comedogenic. That it means it doesn't produce comedones. Okay.
Comedones?
Comedones is the black, the white heads, the ones that are like white bumps, And so it's important to see that it's oil-free, and usually are like a gel texture. Or water gel, or something like a mild, that is not too heavy. It doesn't clog the pores.
I see.
So you want something matte that is not shiny either. So that's why it's important, the vehicle.
And then the ones with wrinkles and scars, you don't want something to be thick, right?
Yeah. Because sometimes it lives in the lines.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look nice either.
Right.
So you have to find something richer, but not heavy, that is clogging the areas and making the skin uneven.
So what is the ingredient there to look for.
But the ingredients at the end is you could have a mineral or chemical sunscreen. That doesn't matter. It's like in our clinic, for instance, we have this brand that I was mentioned before, Heliocare. So that brand has 15 different ones. And all of them are SPF 50. All of them are having so the eyes are not itchy, the sun resistant, all these things. But the 15 of them are different. Why? Because we need different sunscreen for different type of skins.
Right.
It's not just the SPF 50. It's what kind of skin you have.
What causes acne?
Well, it's multifactorial. It's not just one reason. It depends on the age. If it's in the teenagers, for instance, it's going to be kind of a little hormonal. Also the sweat, the sebum production, the Propylobacterium acnes, that is the bacteria. So it's a little bit of all together. Diet. There is now they used to say the milk. You cannot drink milk, no having chocolate. Now we see that it's more like the sugar products. No, everything with sugar is not good for acne. It's not good for anybody. You know, we shouldn't eat that much sugar products, but that makes an impact in our diet also in our body, and also the guts are very very linked with our skin. So to eat healthy and to have proper flora, proper bacteria is going to make an impact in our acne.
Okay, that's interesting. Are there common mistakes people make with skincare that may actually damage the skin barrier?
Yes, sometimes people, in particular with acne, they try to get rid of acne and they use salicylic peroxide, a lot of ingredients that, they are for acne, but you are not helping in the barrier of the skin. You need a moisturizer to replace the barrier of the skin. If you are just making irritation with different products, at the end the body is going to cause more acne because it's the drier skin. So you have to have like a moisturizer to replace all the natural lipids of the skin, and then use products specific for acne. You cannot overwash the skin. You cannot use 3 times a day the soap with salicylic or things like that. No, I think that's one of the main mistakes people do. Like they try to do everything they can, everything they hear. So and they are overdoing, and that's a problem because it produces more acne.
If someone could only invest in 2 or 3 products for healthy skin long term, what would you recommend?
First one, sunscreen.
Okay.
Cheapest anti-aging.
Okay.
The best is the sunscreen. And then if you just can choose another one, I would say if you can tolerate it, the retin-A.
Retin-A, not retinol, retin-A.
If possible, retin-A, yes.
And that's from a doctor?
Yeah.
That's prescription?
That's prescription, yes.
Is there anything else that you would like to add that I haven't asked?
Well, I was, the other day they were asking me about what kind of things we can do for the skin, because I had a very interesting conversation with one of my patients, and she was telling me that she was overwhelmed with the amount of things available. She doesn't know what's good, if it's real, the results. Many times, unfortunately, what you see in the social media, they claim it's because of this laser or this whatever, and they've done also plastic surgery. But people believe that they just do this or that, no? Because they are paid by the company and they are having those results, no? So I think we have to have like a reasonable expectations, and also I always say go to a dermatologist and they are going to advise you what's the appropriate for you. Because that's the most important thing, to have the diagnosis to do the proper treatment. Not to do treatments, perhaps they are not going to be the best for you. So you have to choose if you want to invest in you, to say, okay, the wrinkles is what is bothering me, the texture, the sagginess. So discuss that with the dermatologist and to have a plan of what to do. So that way we explain to you the treatments available, what it does, everything, so you can understand a little bit more what's available in the market.
Okay. Do you recommend chemical peels?
They help a lot for acne or pigmentation. It's important to understand which ones, because sometimes if they are very, it could be superficial, medium, deep. I usually in my office we just do the superficial ones because we have other lasers that I think they give you more benefit and without side effects.
Okay.
But I like the superficial ones for acne or pigmentation. It's a nice treatment to enhance other results of other treatments.
This is a weird question. Can women or men get skin cancer on their genitals?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, in fact, I have patients with skin cancer in genitals.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is usually non-sun exposure.
Exactly. Yeah, usually people don't expose that area.
Thank you so much for being on For the Health of It, Dr. Rebecca D. Miguel.
My pleasure.
From Derma, right? How do people reach you? Where are you located?
We are in the Grove next to Island Natural. Everybody knows where Island Natural is, so it's in the Grove. And people reach us in the website www.derma.ky because we have the WhatsApp, and it's sometimes the easiest way to contact us. They send us a WhatsApp, and our receptionists, that they are amazing. They are sending an email back, and they go... and they help them with the information they need, and so, yeah.
Thank you for being on For the Health of It. We are moving you to the life you want.
Are you feeling anxious, overthinking, or stressed, struggling with sleep and focus? Your physical health may be suffering too. Research shows that stress directly impacts your well-being, making it harder for your body to heal. At the Lightroom, we're here to help you find your balance. Our unique facility promotes the theta brain state, which is your body's natural way to achieve restorative rest and repair. Visit us at the Lightroom, Pasadora Place in Georgetown, and let us guide you back to wellness, rediscovering tranquility and harmony, because you deserve to feel your best. Call us on 938-HEAL or book online at www.thelightroom.ky.
If you or your loved one is facing cancer, only Sylvester will stand firmly by your side at every step, from diagnosis through survivorship, providing you and your family peace of mind and assisting with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center is South Florida's only NCI-designated cancer center and specializes in treating the most complex cancer cases. Your first-class cancer care is just a flight away. Learn more at sylvester.org.
When I first started going to Healthcare Pharmacy, it was because it was convenient. But over the years, I continued to shop there because I trusted them. One day I was picking up my prescription, and the pharmacist noticed an over-the-counter medication in my basket. She said, "I hope that's not yours. It will interact with your prescription." And I thought, wow, thank you. Trust is so important when it comes to your health. Healthcare Pharmacy, with 2 locations, Grand Harbor and Governor Square, where they care about my health.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health. 2 locations, Governor Square and Grand Harbor. Refill and transfer prescriptions online. Call 947-8900 or visit healthcarepharmacy.ky.
And UHealth, International University of Miami.
World-class healthcare in the heart of Miami.
The Lightroom, your holistic sanctuary for physical and mental restoration, repair, and rejuvenation. The power that made the body heals the body. 38 Pasadora Place, Georgetown. Find us online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
One radio station.
Radio Cayman is the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Are you ready to be inspired? Calling all marketers, creatives, and visionaries. Join SIMPA's 12th annual marketing conference, Level Up, Marketing's New Formula, happening April 17th and 18th at Hotel Indigo. Discover the latest trends in marketing innovation, sharpen your skills in hands-on workshops, and connect with global industry leaders who are changing the game. Plus, celebrate the best of Cayman's marketing and creative professionals at the SIMPA Awards Gala, honoring the brightest minds in the field. Don't miss out. Secure your tickets now at simpa.ky.
Brought to you by the Department of Tourism, Airview Media, DART, Health City, Compass Media, Armada Films, Signs of Paradise, Caribbean Creations, the Department of Communications, and Radio Cayman.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
The Miss Cayman Islands organization, formerly known as the Miss Cayman Islands Committee, is looking for the new Miss Cayman 2026 that will represent us at the Miss Universe pageant in November. If you are a woman 18 and older, disciplined, respectful, intellectual, with leadership qualities, then this is the platform for you. Please email misscaymaninfo@gmail.com to receive your application and be a part of this new era.
This is Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands. For 50 years, we have been broadcasting from downtown Georgetown on Grand Cayman in the Cayman Islands, 89.9 FM and 93.9 FM. We are a Caymanian legacy to be treasured. Don't touch that dial.
Tried the short roads to being a man. Beautiful, beautiful show.